Hi and welcome to FynOne. Today we will look at PO creation for vendors. So when you log in or sign up into your profile, you can navigate to the expenses and payments tab and click on add or view PO contract option. Here you can click on add PO, give the seller name. If the seller is already an existing seller, you will be able to choose. Otherwise, you have the option to add the seller. You can edit their phone number. You can also add the GST ID details if it's a B2B transaction. So if your vendor is GST registered, just enter their GST ID. And given that we are a GST Suvidha provider, we will auto fetch the information and display it here for reference. So just enter to auto fetch the GST ID details and then go ahead and do the rest of the data entry. You have the option here to choose a file, any attachment that you want along with this PO. You could just attach that file as reference. You can add item data. If there are import details to be added, you can enter import details. If the seller bank details need to be entered in the PO, then you can enter the bank details as well, and as well as up to 10 custom invoice fields. Now, first, we will look at item data. The PO number is auto-generated by FynOne, and then it gives you various other options. Now, item could be added from the inventory management module, or you could add an item through a quick add option as well. So during this form fill, let's say it's a wireless mouse, for example. So this item is not present in the inventory. So you could add it as a new item from the inventory management, or you could do a quick add. You could select if it's a product or a service, what is the item unit, what is the HSN code. So let's just say we give a 8-digit random HSN code, and then what is the GST rate. If you know the GST rate, you could enter. Otherwise, you could just give it blank. And if you want to track that item, what is the sale price, purchase price, etc. So let's say you're purchasing this and the quotation is for 5,000, and you could also add additional details like your item details, the SKU code, barcode, safety stock, as well as up to 20 custom fields. So you save that, and you could then update the quantity. Let's say you want 5 wireless mouse. You can also give an item description that needs to be entered as part of the PO, and then the price per unit is mentioned, the total price is given. You can add multiple items accordingly. Seller bank details, so what is the payee name, account number, IFSC code, etc. The next, and what happens here is this bank details get attached to the seller. So the next time you come, you have the option to select from an already created seller bank details for this particular seller. So you don't need to enter the seller bank details every time. You created the first time, and then you can just select it from the created list the next time onwards. Custom invoice fields, these are fields that you want to be added in the purchase order as fields that are not relevant to a transaction but are relevant more from an operational perspective. So these could be like certain instructions, it could be certain values, or anything that you feel like that are very custom to that particular seller or to that particular purchase order itself. Right? So, and then you have the option to also choose if that uh, the data that you give in this name and value should be visible in the purchase order or should not be visible in the purchase order. If you don't want any of this, you can just remove those sections. You can then choose an allocation center. If you're using FynOne for accounting module, then this becomes relevant. If not, you can just skip this. So allocation center, type of expense, expense subtype, etc. And you can also give a expiry date for the purchase order. Or let's say it expires on 1st of August. Just save that. Now our purchase order is created. You can share the purchase order via WhatsApp or email to the vendor. You can also download the purchase order. So let's take a quick download of the PO. So it'll give you the purchase order heading and then what what is your GST ID, and it will also give the seller GST IDs. The seller could have GST registrations, or it could be also be a URP or an unregistered party, and accordingly the categorization will happen. Then and those would get treated as RCM. Then you have goods or service details. What are the HSN details, tax rates, tax values, what are quantities, etc. And then the rest of the section in terms of total values, right? So that is on the download print copy. And then you can also cancel the purchase order. You can also mark that purchase order as expired. When you mark it as expired, then that purchase order will go and sit into this expired tab. If you cancel it, those can purchase order sits into the cancel tab. So hope this was clear. You could also, of course, upload in case you've not attached the document during the bill creation, during the PO creation. You can attach them at this stage as well. So you can just upload that at this moment and attach a particular file. All of this data is available in the form of CSV downloads. So you can either see the data, what you see on the data table here is called as a basic download. So you could just see only the basic download or a basic export, or you can choose if you want additional data to be seen in that CSV, you can choose all primary information, all item related data, all import data, all seller bank details data, or even do a select all, in which case you would get about 60 to 70 odd columns of data information available in that CSV. And then you can analyze for any date range. So this is by default the current month. So you can choose last year, last month, current financial year, and so on, or even a custom date range, and accordingly download and review the data. There's also the search option where you can search by document number, which is the PO number or the customer. In this case, sorry, the PO number and the vendor. Right. So hope this was clear. If there are any queries, feel free to reach out to FynOne team or to your implementation partner. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.